Greetings. I am Georgette Mayo for Norgard Design's Global Lectures 2023. Welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time. This is session 4 of Beads on a Base, a survey of bead embroidery artists. In this session, we will take a trip to Charleston, South Carolina, where I reside, to explore a recent exposition titled Celebrating Black Mermaids from Africa to America, curated by Cookie Washington, who is also a fiber artist. If you are wondering who created my awesome backdrop, it is a quilt by Cookie entitled All That Jazz. While it does not have beads, it does have images of jazz artists along with Beyonce and Jamie Foxx, who you can see playing at the piano from the movie Dreamgirls. Then we will visit the long-awaited and newly opened International African American Museum, where we will view the amazing work of Dedmon Melakan. First, we will look at the works from the Black Mermaid exhibit, which was held at the Charleston City Gallery from mixed media fiber artists Tony Williams and Patricia A. Montgomery. In this exhibit, many fiber artists incorporated beading and embroidery into their art pieces, and these two stood out for me. Boy, so you can see the beauty of this piece by Tony Williams called Africa Warrior Mermaid. Tony Williams is a Cleveland, Ohio-based artist whose work has been shown in numerous local and national juried shows and international shows. He is a passionate fiber and textile artist, paper maker, creator of artist books, and the author and illustrator of children's books. Tony practices using specializes in the use of pigment indigo. Indigo, a vibrant deep blue dye, is derived from the Indigofera tectorea plant family and was a foundation of centuries-old textile traditions throughout West Africa and also in Charleston, South Carolina. He celebrates his ancestry as well as the importance of indigo's many spiritual and cultural aspects through continuing the craft of indigo-dyed garments. Williams highlights many of his pieces with bead embroidery, providing jewelry to the women in his work. And this piece was not in the Mermaid exhibit, but it's called Loving Sankofa, and this is on his website. And you can see where he uses beads to give his model earrings and necklaces, beads and incorporating cowrie shells. Next, we will look at the work, one piece called Alabaster, which is a mixed media doll. And this is a doll in total, and I wanted to really focus where she did her work of bead embroidery, adding crystals, cowrie shells, gemstone turtles, and shells to embellish her work. Patricia A. Montgomery site is Dragon Art Place. And a little bit about her, where she states on her site, I began my artistic journey as a self-taught abstract painter using color and movement to express emotions. Montgomery has been quilting for over 4 decades. She taught herself how to quilt after learning how to sew in a high school home economics class. Since 2001, she has been a member of the African American Quilting Guild of Oakland, California. Patricia's quilts have been exhibited both within the United States and internationally. And this is her personal message in regards to becoming an artist. Becoming an artist is a lifetime process. It begins with the way you see things. Then you want to express what you see and feel. You try something, explore it, change it, rework it, destroy it, and start it again. Each time you discover something new about yourself. Becoming an artist doesn't stop with time or circumstance or job or age. Its real value is to yourself, a way of life, but it's not a life for everyone. Those who choose it find it fulfilling and stimulating. But one thing is certain, life is never boring. And the best part is that your whole life is spent in becoming. So you can always look forward to change. Again, I found that on her website and I wanted to share that with whoever is listening to this video because it's very meaningful, particularly to me. And hopefully it could be, you could resonate with it also. Now we will visit the International African American Museum with the breathtaking beadwork of Demon Melacan, Big Chief of the Young Seminole Hunters. Desmond works solely with a needle and thread to sew glass beads onto canvas. He grew up in the lower Ninth Ward of New Orleans. He was initially taught by a prolific elder named Big Chief Ferdinand Bigard. Desmond went on to study under Nathaniel Williams in connection with a 1993 Louisiana Folklife apprenticeship grant. Desmond joined the Seminole Hunters and masked as a spy boy for over 15 years under Big Chief Heald Jones. In 2012, the elders of the Black masking community declared that Desmond would then be known as Big Chief Demon Melacan as the Young Seminole Hunters, his very own tribe based in the lower Ninth Ward of New Orleans. He began this practice in 1992 when he first became part of more than a 200-year-old culture known as the Black masking culture of New Orleans. Big Chief Demon Melacan is well known for creating massive suits as a Black master, which we will see in the next slide. His suits are sculptural forms based on the size of his body, which are composed of detailed hand-sewed beadwork, revealing a collective visual narrative. In 2017, Desmond pioneered an emerging contemporary art practice using the same beading techniques he has been refining for over the past 30 years in the Black masking culture. As a self-taught artist, he has been heavily influenced by the teaching of Kerry James Marshall, often reflecting untold stories from bygone past. Many of his works honor Black subjects historically excluded from the artistic canon while confronting stereotypical representations of Black identity. Desmond's work expresses his deep interest in exploring the possibilities of virtual storytelling or visual storytelling and redefining the traditions of portraiture. Desmond is one of the few artists to pioneer the use of glass beads as an accepted contemporary art medium in a larger arts sector. The other person I can think of is the Joyce J. Scott. I had to put that in. Through the potency of his art and by reconsidering predominant narratives, Desmond deliberately repositions historically overlooked subjects and reimagines institutional portrayal of the Black subject. Two factors that contribute to the technical difficulty the style of Black masking suits Desmond creates are the massive size of the main aprons, the portions of a suit from the waist to the ankles, and the incredibly small size of beads that he uses to create them. Typically measuring in over 50 inches wide, Desmond's main apron are also created using small size beads referred to size 11/aughts, which measures 1.1 millimeter, that most other Black maskers of New Orleans use. Because of the size of his suits, coupled with his use of smaller beads, Desmond's suits generally takes over 4,000 hours of sewing 1 million glass beads. And this is a suit known as Jaw Defender that took my breath away when I saw this at the International African American Museum. The 2020 Jaw Defender suit, worn for ceremonial battles on Mardi Gras, a similar concept of the Native American war shirt mentioned and seen in session 1 of this series. This suit was inspired by Haile Selassie and Empress Minan. The center figure on the apron, on the main apron, is a Naya Binji warrior on horseback above the Ethiopian icon of St. George, flanked by either side by Empress Minan and Haile Selassie. So I'm using my pointer on the main apron. And in fact, I think I have, yes, this is a better shot. So this would be the warrior on the horseback. And this is Haile Selassie and Empress Minan. The Dickey features a large portrait of the recently deceased roots reggae artist, Aki Bika. Desmond wore this suit in 2020 as Big Chief of the Young Seminole Hunters. Then, on Mardi Gras Day in 2021, Desmond placed his Jaw Defender suit in a plexiglass box on top of a pedestal where a Confederate monument formerly stood. And this is a back view of Jaw Defender. And for those that do not know or not familiar with Mardi Gras, it is celebrated in New Orleans and is a French term for Fat Tuesday, and is a carnival celebration beginning on or after Three Kings Day and ending on Fat Tuesday. The central component of Mardi Gras is the Mardi Gras Indian tribes. The International African American Museum acquired Jaw Defender for their opening in June of this year. As with my previous videos, here is a listing of sites used in this session. Of special note, check out Damon Medicon's site with the short New Yorker magazine documentary, which is featured here, is called All on a Mardi Gras Day, the year of dedication that goes into becoming a Mardi Gras Indian. And it actually shows him using thread, needle, beads to create Jaw Defender and his battle on Mardi Gras Day. Our final video, session 5, I will share a little bit about myself as Divine Diva G Designs and my brief bead embroidery experience. Another reminder of this year's global project theme is I Heart, which is a bead embroidery based design, which we hope you take part of. And until the next video, I bid you peace. Take care.